Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a knife video along with my son Joel. Say hi, buddy.
Hi.
And we're going to talk about the Schrade Priscilla bush sword. Now, my son Joel is a big fan of swords, and he actually says this looks like Ra's al Ghul's sword. So I thought I'd... And Thorn Oak and Shields.
And Legless.
And Legless. There you go.
Gandalf.
And Gandalf? Are you sure? I don't think it looks like Gandalf's sword.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Anyway, so I thought I'd get him to come and give me a hand showing you this. And guys, I got to say right now that while I like the design of this, I like the handle, it's grippy, it's comfortable, I like the blade length, I like this very pronounced belly. All of those things actually are well suited to what this thing is intended to do. By the way, if the sound is a little crazy, there's a bit of an echo, it's because we're in the gym, and you'll see why in a second. I want Joel to be able to kind of hold up the sword and show it to you and stuff, and there's not enough room in my office for that. So, now that we've got the general design out of the way, I've got to say that this is a bit of a fail, and I'll tell you why that is when we get to the blade. Before we do that, let's quickly grab a size on it. I'm going to get Joel to help me with that. Hold on. Let's see, buddy. Okay. Try not to hit the camera. I'll hold this end down at the butt end. You give that a tug. And what do you get for a measurement there, pal?
22.5.
Okay, so we got about 22.5 inches in length. Let's check the blade length as well.
16.
16 inches. And down here, this is closer to my end, so I'll just give you a measurement. About 6.5 inches on the handle, and of that,
21 inches.
5.5 inches in terms of how much actual room you have for your fingers. Now, I want to quickly measure with the sheath on as well, so Joel will have to help me with that. This could be an important measurement if you're trying to fit this in a pack or anything like that. Hold on. Okay, so in the sheath, can we get this all in frame? Barely. Okay, so I'll just show you the end. Joel, can you give me the other end of that again? And, okay, so I'm at the end here now. How many inches on this time?
24.5.
Not quite a half. So about 24 inches. Here, pull this a little bit tighter. Okay, so just under 24 inches on the overall length. That's when it's in this sheath. Now, we'll talk about the sheath separately in a couple of minutes. Let's get this guy back here. And want to talk with you a little about the blade. The blade on this guy is 3CR13MOV. And Joel, can you tell these people what happened when Dad went to chop up a bunch of pine branches? It did bend. So I'll show you what happened. All in this section of the blade, what would happen is the blade would bite into the material and it would just turn a little bit to follow the grain of the wood. And when it did that, it bent up the edge of this really, really severely. And in order for me to get it back, I've taken probably about 1/4 inch. So from where my finger is there now, that's where this blade originally started out. And I've taken all that material off because it was so badly bent up that you really couldn't do anything with it. And what happened is once the bend happened, then because you're not going to getting an accurate chop, it just would not chop very well. So since Joel's here with me, I thought we'd have him help us a little bit showing it in hand. There you go. And of course, him being 7, to him it really is a sword-sized implement. Now, since we've got him over there, buddy, could you help me by also picking up some of the other stuff we have on the table and just showing us like one by one all of the different pieces?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the Becker BK9. So I'll give you that. Show them both side by side. So there's the Becker BK9. You can see it's quite a bit smaller. Another sort of survival type chopping knife would be this guy. Here you go, buddy. This is the Schrade SCHF 52.
Almost the same size. I think this is the same size
Yeah, obviously they're closer in size. Now, I'm showing you those because they're also designed for, you know, some light chopping and stuff like that. Let me throw in a couple of other options though. Can you hold on to this one at the same time? So here we have the CRKT, which one is that? Anyway, it's one of the CRKT tactical tomahawks. I'm not going to get it right, but I will put in, I'll annotate which tactical tomahawk that is. And I've got that in there because, and actually, you know, let's throw in two more things. One is this guy here.
It's a saw.
It's a saw. That is the Gomboy folding saw. And
It's almost the same size.
yeah, they are close in size. And finally, let's throw this one more in for fun, even though it's not really comparable. There we go. And then we have the Cold Steel 4MAX. So those are the comparisons I've got for you. Now, the reason I showed you those comparisons is... Okay, guys, so I've got all this stuff arranged on screen. And the reason I wanted to give you all those comparisons is because one of the things I found was, you know, because this didn't work out as nearly as well as I'd hoped, and I had to do so much work.
This actually works better, and this blade is harder than that one. This is so skinny, you can even bend it, or I can barely almost bend it.
Yeah, so Joel's making my point for me, which is if I was actually going into the bush in, say, a survival situation, or I needed something to take camping, I would pretty much take any one of these, maybe, yeah, probably even the 4MAX,
Except this.
over the bush sword. Yeah, I was really disappointed with the performance. Now that I've reground this quite a bit, it works better, but it's still not great. The 3CR13 steel is just really, really soft, and I think they could have made any number of better choices, you know, whether they would have gone with, you know, a carbon steel or even a better quality stainless. I've done all kinds of things with this knife and had no problems. So, you know, I was really disappointed in the steel quality on the Pirella bush sword. Now, what we wanted to do next with this video, now that we've kind of talked about where this didn't work as well as we'd hoped, is to say, you know, well, this particular option wasn't our favorite, there are some other options out there that we thought we might like to try. So what I'm going to do is bring in the tablet here, and hopefully I can get it here in a way that's going to work. Let's zoom in a little. There we go. All right, now I'll zoom this out. Too many screens are happening right now. So we went through and looked at a few different things on Blade HQ. Now, we're not necessarily going to buy them on Blade HQ, but it makes a good place, number one, for this video, because they have nice pictures here that we can take a look at, and number two, to compare a bunch of different stuff. So the first thing we have here is...
And we decided to buy this one to get that.
Okay, yeah, so we're talking about which ones we like to buy, and this was on the short list. This is the Kershaw Camp 18. I'm going to get Joel to kind of tell us which one he likes the best after I go through showing you all the pictures here. This one is the Cold Steel Tactical Katana Machete. And again, this is one we were pretty curious about. Of course, it looks like a katana.
And that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. Okay, finally, I pulled up this guy. So this is the Ontario Ontario Knife Company Kukri Survival Fixed Blade. Okay, now this is the 12-inch, but I really just have this here representing Kukris in general. Okay, that's right. So, buddy, what do you think out of these three? This is the Kershaw Camp 10. This is the Tactical Tomahawk. This is the Kukri. Which one do you think we should check out next? Oh, the Katana Machete. So the Cold Steel Katana Machete. Now, what I'd love for you guys to do is weigh in down in the comments below and share with us which of these options you would like to see. Honestly, the Katana Machete is a bit of a novelty, sort of like this. Okay, hold on. Let's get back out here now. There we go.
Except it's shaped like a katana sword.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, this is obviously shaped like sort of a Persian-style sword. Like a whale? Okay, fair enough. But it's certainly got that sort of fun aspect to it. Let me get the tablet off screen so it doesn't quit messing with the lighting. And shut that part off. So, yeah, I'd love to hear you guys comment below on which one of those you would like to see us try out. Obviously, Joel's vote is strongly in favor of the Katana Machete. We'll see what you guys have to say about that as well. I would like something that can do some chopping and can take a bit of a beating. This was a disappointment because it just won't do that. Now, I haven't totally given up on it, and maybe now that I've completely reground it, I did go out and do a bit more chopping with it after that. It doesn't slice nearly as well as it did initially because it was so thinly ground.
You can maybe cut like twigs and stuff off trees, but big thick branches like you cannot cut.
Yeah, there you go.
You couldn't cut a tree down.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you could if we chopped and chopped for a long time. But anyway, let's wrap this up. First off, I want to say I can't really get behind this and recommend it as a great option. But I will put some other options in the description box. I'll put the stuff that we looked at, the Katana Machete and the Kershaw Camp, what was it, Camp 18 or something like that. I'll put those in the description box down below, Amazon links that you're welcome to use. And if you do use them, it does help the channel out a bit. Let's see. Okay, so we're pretty well done, but I wanted to give you some sword moves in the concluding moments of the video. So go ahead, buddy, show us what you got. There you go. Okay, maybe when we test out the others, we'll have Joel help me out as well to give us some of his dramatic sword play at the end. Joel, do you have anything to say to everybody?